All right, our next one here is Mr. Rashawn Slater, whose situation is murky. I would describe it right now. So he participated in practice the first 2 days, reported for training camp. Everything was fine. I thought that him showing up and practicing was a good sign of where the contract was heading. That contract has still not been signed. He does not practice on Saturday. Greg Roman says that it is a rest day. They were, quote, giving him a blow, end quote. That is not my words. Those are his words.
I'm sorry. Run that by me one more time. What was the quote?
Blame Greg Roman. I'm not saying it again. Those were Greg Roman's words, not my own.
Should I Roman practice too? That's the quote.
That was the exact quote. Yes,
that is the first time I've heard that one. Wow, you've
never heard that expression, actually, like for real?
Well, yeah, but what?
It's like an older school quote. Okay,
it's an older school quote. That's for sure. Anyway.
The reporters asked him a follow-up because he was like rest, etc. And then they were like, so is he injured? And he was like, no, he's healthy. He's good. Doesn't practice yesterday. Doesn't practice today. Harbaugh before practice said that he was working through something physically and that the injury is, quote, minor. I have it on good authority that he is quite healthy. So I don't know, man. I am a little frustrated that this contract is not signed yet, especially given him doing all of the right things, showing up to minicamp and participating instead of, not practicing, showing up the first couple of days to practice right now and participating. I'm a little frustrated that this contract has not been signed yet. And again, his previous relationship has absolutely 100% nothing to do with the contract negotiation. I can say that very confidently that his relationship has nothing to do with it. So I don't know what's going on with the negotiations. This isn't like the Trey Hendrickson situation where Trey is negotiating a very specific number and then TJ Watt says, here's $40 million for me.
Yeah.
And so there's not been like a, upping of the market. Zach Tom, nothing to do with this contract negotiation. So I'm a little frustrated that this has not been taken care of just quite yet.
Yeah, I am as well. First off, if it is for some particular reason a minor injury, that sucks. This time last year, I believe it was the 2 days before training camp or the padded practices started, Rashawn Slater left early with abundance of caution. Something was going on, undisclosed injury, and he wasn't practicing the next day. And that led to Jim Harbaugh's whole I am not a medical expert. I'm just going to say they're working through something. He gave us that guilty as charged soundbite in our video is from that one because of Rashawn Slater and that issue. So it's not like they haven't done this. They've said, working through something. They've said the minor thing before, and it worked out fine. Rashawn Slater played most of the season. By all accounts, was generally healthy. Wasn't an issue, at least in terms of week one or the preseason. But this is, very, at minimum, confusing and murky, as you said, and getting to be a bit frustrating at this point that this has not been done. As you said, Rashawn Slater has done all the right things. My assumption is that, I think whatever he's asking for has been pretty much determined for a long time now. Like you said, the Tom extension doesn't change anything. He's not making less than Tom. Zach Tom, that is, not Tom whoever. So I hope this gets done very, very soon. We've been saying that. We hope it gets done. But at this point, let's wrap this thing up. Not that it matters necessarily because they play in a month, but it'd be nice for him to be out there and Khalil Mack not have 2 sacks against the backup tackle because Slater's not out there. Would love for Slater to be out there with the team, gelling, doing all the right things. He was signing autographs today as well after practice. He's trying to do everything he can to be there. It's up to the Chargers now. He's really, at least publicly with his actions, saying ball's in your court.
Yeah, and Popper pointed out yesterday that he was working with Ben Herbert during practice, and then he was working off to the side, and then participated in the fourth quarter finisher drills. That's not usually something that unhealthy people do, guys. So I am pretty confident that he is healthy. and that this is contractual related. So it's to me, it's just something that should have been taken care of already, and it's frustrating that it was. So people will again kind of point to the Zach Tom situation. Zach Tom's making 22.5 per year. That is a different market than what Rashawn Slater is working towards. You know, to me, at minimum, you know, you're looking at the Trent Williams number, which is 27.5, and saying you need to give me more than that. And maybe he doesn't get all the way past Tristan Wirf's 28.125, which is the current top mark at left tackle. But he should be in that range of 27.5, 28.5 ish. That's just kind of how the market is. Like, you're talking about a 2-time Pro Bowl tackle, 1-time All Pro. Again, I think it should have been more than that. He's done all the right things. He's been a team captain for you now. He's playing through injuries. He's participating while doing the contract negotiation. He's doing the fourth quarter finisher drills when he's dealing with something minor. This is just something that it should be taken care of already. So part of this is, it's not even really like due to Rashawn. Like, the practice reps for Rashawn, I don't think he needs them. But this team continues to be really annoying with like the flip-flopping of sides. And I think Joe Alt and Mekhi Becton need all the training camp reps possible to ensure that their communication is on point. And for whatever reason, they just like to put Joe Alt at left tackle when Slater is not practicing, which I get in a game. You know, I would rather have him at left tackle than Trey Pipkins. But right now, I would just rather have all the reps of those two guys next to each other. I would rather have Slater and Bradley Bozeman. If Bozeman's going to play left guard, they need reps together. So just get this done as soon as possible. Slater is a great player. He deserves it. He's, you know, done all of the extra stuff. This to me should have been taken care of before training camp. Yeah. And I think the longer this goes on, the more detrimental it is to the overall unit as a whole.
Yeah, I hope there's a kind of like 2-for-1 here where Rashawn Slater gets his deal done. He's back at left tackle, and then the Chargers just decide who the left guard is, or I guess who the center is, and therefore the left guard. That way you have the 5 set, and you have at least 4 weeks of really working together, same communication, working together side by side, the adjustments, whatever. So hopefully like those 2 things get done or decided pretty close to each other. So this can just be something we don't talk about anymore.
Rooster says he doesn't deserve that money after last season, but also says he's a tier 1 guy. Well, if he's a tier 1 guy, he definitely deserves that money. That's kind of how the contract negotiations work.
Yes. If he is a tier 1 guy, which I believe he is, then yes. I don't think he should go to 30 mil a year minimum. Joe Wall will probably do that. By the time that
by the time Joe Alto's due for a contract, you're probably talking about like closer to 40, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how many Paris Johnson's got his. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
40 is probably a stretch. You're probably talking about 35.